here. I have Mike with me on the stream. Jay Gallo or Jerry, good fella, New York, New York to you guys. He's gonna be joining us in a little bit. But we look like we got some people on here. I'm hoping we get a few guys just popping in with some questions. So let's get it going. Let me show you. Let me give you a little preview of Marlin Legend here. Mike, say hello. You're live. Mike with me on the stream.
Hey, how y'all doing, guys?
Jerry, good fella,
I'm
New
still
York.
trying to figure this out. I got a little lag here. Give me a second.
Oh, I think you also got the stream up, but you got the sound on, so you should mute it so that you don't hear me or yourself, because it'll be like double sound. I'm going to go back to me now for a second, and
You might want to take me
let me
off there,
just start
Ken,
a
for
little
a
bit of
second
topic.
until I figure this out.
Not a problem, bro. You're live.
All right, give me a second here.
Yeah, go
First
ahead and
time
hit
we're
the
doing
mute
this.
button on the stream itself so that
Still trying to
you
figure
don't
this
get that second
lag here.
delayed feedback
Oh, I
in the
think you also
in
got
the
the
chat
stream up, but you got
because I can hear it. It's still on. So mute the YouTube page that you're on, the other page, because it'll be like double sound. I'm going to go back a second and. All right, guys. So what we want to talk about, like, this is another little brief powwow about how the leagues run, what's really going on, and why it started, why we even do all of this crap. Um, and then just get a little organized in what Ballpark Legends is about. Uh, so why we do this is because myself, along with Marlon Legend and Jerry Goodfella, we've all been part of organized leagues. Marlins, or I call him Mike. So I'm just gonna call him Mike from now on. So Mike and another buddy has gotten together a long time ago, and say in 2010, and they've sort of got organized. And what happens is we all love baseball. We all love MLB the show. We play the game. We play it for a good 6 months practically, and we wanted to get that real live experience of something going from season to playoff. And just jumping on, the show has set it up to where you can go ahead, create a lobby or create a league, and the league has its own separate lobby specific to whoever is in your league. So for you guys that have been here forever, this is nothing to you. This is nothing new to you. So I'm just gonna not get too detailed. But there's some new guys that don't know how this works. So there's the league lobby. This is the league separate area where you can create for whoever you want to join. It can be a 10-man league, 15-man league, 20-man, 16, whatever. And a lot of people have attempted to actually play 60 games, 40 games, all the way to the end and get to a playoff, but it's never happened. And
Been
in
here forever.
2010,
Nothing
I
to you.
got
This
together with so Mike, your feedback is high.
there's some new guys that don't know how this
So
works.
in 2010, I'm just gonna mute yours for a second, Mike, and then give me
Area
a thumbs up when you get that.
whoever you want to join. It can be a 10-man league, 15-man league, 20-man, 16.
All right, sorry about that, Mike. So I muted Mike for a second, and then I'll bring him back on. So Mike, along with a lot of us who've played in these leagues, we all had the idea, like, what? Why don't we all just get organized and maybe build a website if necessary, take people's phone numbers and tell them, let only the serious guys in here. And that's what this is all about. A bunch of guys that want to have a little bit of hobby, jump on a game and see it get all the way through the end of a playoff or through the playoffs. And once one thing happens that way, it steamrolls. It's like, oh well, make sure guys play the game right. So you come up with a bunch of generic rules, and then generic rules form into real legit rules because, as you know, people, once they start playing these games, they develop a little bit of gamer tendency, and what that means is they develop some tricky way or some glitch they find in the game, and they want to exploit it to win the game. And if it's not baseball, if it's not a baseball move or a baseball play, then we're not going to allow it in the league. So that's what you're going to see on the rules page. Make sure you read it. I'm reformulating a lot of the pages on the site. I'm going to show a little bit of the site in this stream. Um, and make sure if you're interested, that you're serious. That you're not just here to jump in and kick around and see if it's something you like. Do that in the preseason. If you make it through this preseason, that's your point for you to test out to see if it's something you like. Once we get going in the season, it's no holds barred. I don't feel to be nobody's mom or dad or anybody's fucking boss. I'm not your boss. I'm just here to guide the league to the end. And any sign of real hassle or trouble, I'm just gonna just remove people or bring in a replacement. It's nothing I have specifically against anyone, but the league's got to go on. We wanted to go all the way to the end, and I'm just here to guide it along. I'm not Bill Gates. I'm not the man. You don't kiss my ass. None of that shit. Just let's all play fair, play clean. You're all adults. I respect you. You respect me, and let's ball. I think that's all the intro I wanted to give. I'm gonna see if Mike here got that feedback squared away. So what we do is we sort of pull up a stream window, which shows us live, and then we're also watching what you watch. So like I can see Pate Will and I think Jamie Donna. If I'm right, that might be W Dub. So I can interact with you guys and send you guys a message. Pate Will says in it to win it this year. Hey, good luck, bro. I'm in it to win it. I was in a division with you. I struggled with you. Those Tigers are tough, very tough, and you actually have me moving on because it's too many formidable guys. Oh, there goes W Dub. So Jamie, you might be someone else. I'm just thinking of someone else then. Yeah, champ is here. W Dubs is the winner, and I can show his trophy from last year. This is the incorrectly inscribed trophy, which says W Bubs. And if you guys can really see that, I usually try to hold it up with the black background so you can really see what is printed on here. And I'm watching myself do it, so I think I'm coming close or something of it. So yeah, W Dubs, we're coming to get that trophy. Jamie down at Control Chaos. What's up, bro? That's my boy too. All right, so Mike, let's see if you're back. Let me unmute you here. Mike, how's everything?
The trophy
I'm muting you.
W Bubs.
Oh, I gotta mute you again, Mike. Put the headphones back in.
Technical difficulty.
So you can really see what is printed on here.
So what you have to do is you have to mute the stream. What you're watching, the other window that you're watching, just go into that and mute it on YouTube. Okay, what's up? So that we don't hear ourselves. All right, so Mike, and then once you do that, and take you off mute because we really want to get into the topics really quick, which is we're going to talk about a 24-man league breakdown, why we chose to do that. We're going to talk about the returning members and what teams they've currently picked up. I'm going to give you guys a little preview of the members page, and then we'll just a little chill chatter about the MLB Off-Season Moves. Mainly just to highlight other teams because guys, there's a sexy names that are out there. Everybody wants the Astros, everybody wants the Cubs, but I want to just open up everybody's mind to the other teams. I know you guys follow baseball, so go ahead. The Tampa Bay Rays are sexy, man. They're doing a lot of good things, and after that, I'm going to tell you why you should be looking at all of these other teams is because one of the things that we're going to be adding this year is trades. So you're going to be able to be making you could be able to make a move that brings your team over the top. So don't sweat it if you have that team that's missing a bat or that's missing an ace arm. Go ahead, pick them up if you love them, and be that man to make the trade. I'm just going to preview what the trades are going to be about. It's not going to be a wide open book, but you will be able to do some significant trades. We're not gonna have it to where people are gonna trade away the staples of the team. So, Mike, you ready there? You took yourself off mute.
I'm here, man. I'm here. I'm sorry, man. I'm
here. Let's go.
I had two kings talking at me in different.
I know, right?
I couldn't figure this out, man. I'm sorry.
Hey, you're on they can see your feed right now, so they get to hear you. I just switched the video stream to you, and when Jerry gets in here, you'll get to see his ugly mug, and you got enough of my ugly mug, so we just wanted to give you Mike for a little bit. So go right ahead, Mike. Give him a little intro about you're like one of the ground roots guys to this whole online league structure stuff. Yourself and one of our other buddies were one of the first guys that really got organized and put together something like this. So go ahead, tell us about your whole rule structure and everything that came about.
Well, I don't even know what King said up to this point, so I apologize. I've been going
I was
crazy
telling him
with this
did you hear?
technology. But yeah, like he said, I heard the beginning when he said we started. We actually started in 2009. That's when I met the other guy that we started with, and King came in like 2010, and he just took it to new heights. It's a great league. 3 games in 5 nights. That's a key. You know, if we can do 3 games every 5 nights and keep up with the pace, the league will run smooth.
Right. And we play in orders for those who don't know. So we play, the game comes out when you set up the league and you put all the names of the players who are going to play, and they join the league. They give us a set schedule for those who don't know, and we follow that set schedule. So when we say 3 games in 5 nights, you play according to what's right in front of you of the schedule. So the first 3 games you play, then the next 3 games after that, and the next 3 games after that, and on and so forth.
Exactly. And the starters, you always start we match starters, like the number 1 pitches number 1 all season, 2 versus 2, and there's no skipping starters or like King said, jumping ahead of schedule and playing the other guys, because it just screws up all the stats and everything else.
Right. Right. Go ahead.
If you but once you start getting behind on the schedule, the whole league will just
it'll domino effect.
It does. It dominoes bad. Best way to do is communicate. Everybody knows we use our cell phone numbers, text messaging. Communicate. Hey man, I can play at 8 o'clock tonight. What's good for you? Set up a time in advance. Don't just hit up a guy at 10 at night and say, hey, I can play now. And then the other guy, well, I'm out with my girl. And then that's when the league starts getting behind. But communicate, man. That's the best way to keep this league going. It's other than that, I mean, gameplay, we try not to take advantage of glitches. Like if you actually see a glitch happen and you know that you should have been out, there's some guys that'll just take a big lead and get picked off automatically, in all fairness. I don't know how the new game is going to handle it. A lot of those glitches may have gone away. I mean, each year it seems like they get a little better with the gameplay. A lot of the rules sometimes was no bunting in certain situations, because if you bunt to the second baseman, you'll be safe every time. They may have fixed that this year, but we got all of April to practice that stuff and see what works, what doesn't work.
Cool.
But other than that, just have a good time, man. Just have a good time. It's a great league.
I agree.
I mean, it's a grind. Once you get toward the end of the season and you're close to a wild card spot, because that's usually what I am. I'm not a division winner, so last year it came down to the last 3 games. I had to win the last 3 games to get into playoffs, and I won the first 2, and I think I lost the last 1. So, but it's exciting for everybody.
Yeah, and that's a perfect segue. That's a perfect segue, Mike, to what I want to talk about next. So we're going to get into the main topics of this whole stream, and starting off with the 24-man league and why we chose to go that route. I'm just going to pull up one of my other windows here and share it with you guys. So the 24-man league idea was so that we can have more playoff teams. You can see here the standings page. I'm just trying to highlight the website a bit more this year, because the whole awards aspect, the whole awards theme is basically to have the league be on the game but also you follow it on a website like it's a fantasy baseball. So the awards will what's going to really bring that out, because each award is going to be is going to highlight certain categories. So like the MVP award, we're going to be looking at basically hitting categories, and I'm going to show you that page right here. I didn't want to jump around too much, but I just wanted to tap on that. That's one of the main bases of the website, is that we want to bring what's happening in the league outside of the league. So we want to have a page for each award. We want to have like a race where you're going to be watching that page every day to see where you're at in terms of winning that award. But just to get back to the 24-man league, so the 24-man league idea is you're going to have 24 guys playing. We're all going. There's going to be 5 playoff spots available for each conference. So you have 12 guys in each league. There's usually a race at the top. There's usually 2 guys in each division. So when you say 12 guys, you're looking at 4 guys in each division. So this is going to expand a little bit, and you're going to have 2 guys, battling it out for that winning spot to get into the playoffs automatically in each division. But then you have, I don't want the guys at the bottom just feeling like they just fade away and not take the game seriously, because that's what really impacts the integrity of the league and the playoffs. So that was the idea for the 24-man league. The more guys we have, we open up 2 more playoff spots, which makes this whole right side here, which makes all of this race way more important. Because if you have 2, 4, 6 guys fighting to win a division, and then what's the other 6 guys are doing? They're going to be fighting for 2 playoff spots, and that's a lot of spots for I know 6 guys is a lot to be racing after spots, but still, a lot of the times it's 6 guys. Like you can see last year, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys just racing for 1 wild card spot. But now you're going to have 6 guys racing at 2 spots. So it's going to bring a higher element of fun. We should have guys playing all the way to the end of the year. And not only are we going to 20 when we go to 24 man, we're going to an 82 game season, which is going to be much longer, which is a grind, which is really important to what we were talking about earlier about staying on target, playing your 3 games every 5 days. Just keep turning that schedule over. We always extend on a holiday, so don't worry about oh well, it's holiday time or I got vacation. We do have guys going away throughout the summer. We know it's high time for vacation for everyone, so we do give like extensions to guys that have that situation showing up during play. And you get ahead of the schedule. 3 games in 5 days is way beyond the asking right now, because a lot of the times you can knock 2 games out in one night, and you're just sitting around for like 2 or 3 nights throughout the season. So the key to this is it's going to be more playoff spots. It's going to be a longer season. In the 40-game seasons that we've played, everyone's asked if we're going to run another season. So I feel you guys are up for it and you're ready for the stretch. And once you start out the gates and you're having a rough time, maybe you start out 10 and 15 or 10 and 21. Hey, don't get into downers, because you can easily turn that around and you can still make a playoff. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be long. It's gonna run for about 3 months, 3.5 months. This league, in just the season play, and get ready for the grind, man. That's baseball, man. It's something that you got to show longevity. You got to show that you can withstand the test of time. It's not just jumping here for 2 quick games and you're hot and we crown you the best player. No, you got to be able to show that over time, and that's the fun of baseball, and that's what we're trying to bring to the league, and all you guys pretty much know that. I'm pretty much gonna jump through these topics really quick so that we don't take up too much time. So the next thing we want to talk about is the returning members, and I'm gonna let Mike chime in a little bit about the teams and why he switched to Pittsburgh Pirates, and talk about his division race last year. Throughout the season, I want to give some of you guys a chance to go ahead and jump on a show like this and talk about your experience and what's going on in your current race or position in the league. So what you're looking at here right now, I'm trying to zoom in a little bit. On the left-hand side is the guys that are given an invite to this year's season. We got Warrensville, XB. XB has played with us, I think, since our second season. Warrensville started last year. Fifan has been with me since 2010, but last year was the first year he's played with us. Holy Cow's played with us in 2 seasons. Mike, as you know, is part of the creation in the league. Then we have myself. Say Bye's played with me for 2 years. Control entered the league last year with Pittsburgh, had a good showing. Goodfellas started the league with me as well. Saldo, I knew him for a while. I knew him since I think 11 or 12, and he joined this league last year as well. Pate Will joined this league last year. My division rival last year. Bud Bowl. I'm still waiting to see if he's going to be able to play with us. This is a guy I knew for a while. He's played with me in other leagues. He joined us last year, loved it. May not be able to commit to this year. Animated Valdez, as you know, was the World Series rival to W Dubs. I haven't heard a return call from him. And some of these, the bottom list of guys is big time. He's played with us 1 year, and he had to, leave for. He had a couple of injuries or surgeries that didn't allow him to play the game. And then we have Steve Q and D Woods, and those are two new players that are going to join the league. So as you see here, we're looking at a potential 15 to 17 guys that are reliable, that have played with us before, and they're going to be playing with us again this year. And we're going to bring on some new guys, and that's what the preseason is. Preseason, I posted a thread on the Show Nation website. I don't know if you guys have use your account there, but MLB The Show has a website called the Show Nation, and a lot of people go there when they're looking for leagues. So I post a thread there every year, and you can show your support for that. I'll send out a text when I do. And we usually run 2 preseason leagues. So what that is, I'll start 2 24-man leagues around April 10th, and I'll have a mix of guys. Some of these names will be in both leagues. Some of these names will just be in one league. And it's just for you guys to get some games, get familiarized with the league, get familiarized with the setup that we're going to have, because we do customize the setup. And then for the new guys, it's for me I usually try to bring around 20 new guys to watch them. Myself, Mike, and Goodfellow, we sort of watch their play, see if they're a fit and gel for the league. And then we go from there. Say around the end of April, we're looking at 24 guys that will be playing 82 games. And some guys fade throughout the season. Don't expect everyone that starts the season will finish the season. But for the most part, a lot of these names will finish. And if we have to replace someone, we're always ready to do so, because for whatever reason, sometimes guys aren't able to commit all the way. Something may come up that doesn't allow them to finish the season. No big deal, no love lost. If they've done right by us, you're always welcome to come back. So we're looking at what teams are taking up. Cleveland. Warrensville took Cleveland, the guy that had the Padres last year. He's moving over to the AL. I think he liked the American League. X-Beef played with Boston last year, and now he's on to Texas. Fifan, a diehard Minnesota Twins fan, so he's going to stay there forever, I believe. And I'm happy that we're opening up trades, because the Twins are a team that will need a piece or two, and if he's able to make that deal go through with someone in the league, he'll be a very happy guy. Holy Cow with the Cubs, a returning Cubs fan. He looks like someone that would probably never want to switch. And then we go to Mike here, switching from the Nationals to the Pirates. Mike, what made you do that old switch? I'm switching you to the video feed. Are you getting me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. You want to give them a talk on this whole switch? Usually we've done it a lot of different ways since we've started. This is the 4th season, but I think every season I've rearranged how we have people select teams. And this year, and last year, I sort of did it a little similar to this. I give sort of a seniority to guys who've played a complete season with me. So if you've played a complete season, I'm going to allow you to select or choose a team that you're familiar with or you want to play with, because I'd rather make you happy because I expect that you will be someone that will finish over someone that's brand new to me. But I think Mike's a Pitts fan, right? You can see all that Pittsburgh gear on
There you go.
him.
Yeah. Plus, I needed more speed. I don't square up on a lot of balls, so I'm more of a contact hitter, singles hitter. So I need to steal some bags. Washington just didn't do it for me last year. So.
Oh yeah, hey, you
And
know what?
their bullpen got racked.
Oh yeah, I can agree with you there. I don't think they've made any, except for Papelbon last year. I don't think they've made any other moves to shore up that bullpen.
Not really.
And then we got after that, you got me. I'm moving from the White Sox last year to the Houston Astros. Now, I'm not someone that plays with a strong team. I don't like to always be on a strong team because I'm very comfortable with the game and I feel I hit well. I always sort of end up in a decent spot in terms of home runs or average wise. So I like to give myself a little challenge with a team that has a few studs here and there. And I like to bring the underdog up. And Pate Will gave me a tough lesson and made me miss the playoffs last year. I didn't have enough pitching. I knew that going in from the start. But I felt like I'd still be able to do some things. I didn't miss the playoffs by much. If you look at the season standings last year, I think I missed the playoffs by 3 or 2 games. I was just out of the playoffs, but it was still fun playing with that team. I think this year I want to pick up a team not for just this season. I want to pick up a team for future seasons. So I want to be playing with this team for 3 to 5 seasons of play, and that's why I went with the Astros, because I love their farm system. I mean, I follow them in fantasy baseball. I follow them in real life baseball. I'm a Yankee fan by heart, but in terms of when it comes to the game, my buddy's already Goodfellas already got the Yankees, and I wanted to pick up a team that I feel that's gonna be strong. If not strong, they have the prospects that I can do something with, and that's the Astros. So who's ever in that AL West, look out, coming to get you. I'm looking to be a force in the AL West for a long time. And then so moving on from there, I'm gonna go down the list to see. We got Say Bye. He's sticking with the Mets. I think I'm not sure if he's a New York guy, but I believe he does like the Mets. I've spoke to him a few times. I believe he is a sort of a Mets fan. Control, as you can see, he's in the chat here talking with W Dubs. He moved on to yeah. I lowered the screen. I just saw that. Control has moved on to Boston Red Sox, and he's a Canadian along with W Dubs, who won it last year, and those two are gonna battle it out. We got Goodfella, another Yankee fan like myself, so he's gonna be Controlled and W, and Goodfella here battling out Red Sox. And then we're going to end up having one more guy go in that AL East. I'm not sure if it's going to be someone picking up the Rays.
Your feed is still on me.
Oh, the feed is still on you. I'm sorry about that. Okay, yeah, it is. So then we're going to have someone pick up the Rays. We're going to hopefully someone picks up the Rays. I'm not sure. Whatever they want to do, it's up to them. But that's why I wanted to talk a little bit about the MLB and some of the moves made, because some people are, they're just watching the playoffs, or they don't catch a lot of the other games for whatever reason, and they don't really catch to see all the moves until we're like the league already starts, and then they say, oh, you know what, I would have played with the Rays, or I would have played with this team or another team. The sexy names are out there: the Astros, the Cubs, the Yankees, the Red Sox. But these other teams are formidable. I mean, the Orioles look really good in terms of hitting. If you're someone that want to get some assistance in terms of that area, you don't hit well in the game, you might want to pick up the Orioles, because you can fall down and hit with that team. And all you got to do is make a trade or two for some pitching. So Cardinals are going to be available, because as we can see, Animator Valdez hasn't responded. Diamondbacks are going to be available. What's another one there, Mike?
Giants.
The Giants. Giants have made some really strong moves. I'm looking to see who picks that team up. So there's a lot of teams out there. There's a lot more on the National League side, I think. because we have a lot of the AL teams picked up here. The Angels, I think I played with them in another league. I like how they shored up that outfield. So I'm looking forward to see how this league shapes up. It looks like in the AL East we already have three teams. We got the Yankees, the Red Sox, and the Blue Jays. So we're looking at one more guy coming in there. In the Central, we got Detroit Tigers. So that's the next guy, Pate Will. He's sticking with the Tigers. Saldo moved from Kansas City to the National, so that's good. We're gonna get someone already over to the National League, get people wanting to pick up those type teams. So in the Central we have Detroit and Minnesota already locked up. Then we have in the AL West we have me. I'm gonna have the Astros, and then XB has the Rangers. So you're looking at the Angels, Oakland A's are available, and what's the other team over there? Why can't I think of it? So we got Astros.
I think the Blue Jays are available too. Right?
No. W Dubs has already got the Blue Jays. Blue Jays
That's
are
right.
gone.
What am I
Yeah.
thinking?
No, I'm talking about the West now. So in the West
I
we
got
got Astros. I got the Astros. The Rangers are taken, and then the Angels and the Athletics. And what's the other team out west?
Seattle.
Seattle. Oh yeah. So I'm definitely expecting someone to pick up Seattle. If they don't, I'll be stunned. So then moving on from there, we got W Dubs, the returning champ, and then we have Steve, who's picking up the Dodgers. He's a new guy to the league. Welcome aboard, Steve. And D Woods, partner and friend to brother of W Dubs, and he's been picking up the Royals. So that's the returning list of guys. Those are the teams that are no longer available. The Rockies and the Cardinals from last year, Bud Bowl and Animator Valdez, those two teams will go back into the draft pool or the selection pool for when the new guys come in. So that's what we're looking at for next year and this year, as in terms of teams locked up. I'm going to move on to the next topic, which is probably just talking about, which I sort of chimed on, MLB moves. You look at the Giants. What the Giants did this year, they picked up Samardzija. They picked up Samardzija. They have Johnny Cueto, and with that hitting lineup, that's a formidable team. I'm just gonna pull up their depth chart really quick. For some guys who just they're only looking in the AL or they're only looking in the East teams. There's a lot of sexy teams out there that you should be also looking at. The Diamondbacks, they went ahead and got some pitching also. Let's see, depth chart. The Diamondbacks signed Greinke, and then they also picked up Shelby Miller. And with the stellar set of bats that they have, that's another good team to look at. You got for the Giants, you're looking at Bumgarner, Cueto, Samardzija, PV, Matt Cain, and Chris Heston. And Chris Heston had a good come out year last year. So, this is a formidable team to be playing with in terms of, I'm just highlighting the pitching because we already know what they can do with the bat. And I didn't even know Denard Span went to the Giants.
Yeah.
Wow. So they got the Span in the center field. That's excellent. Pagan backing them up. Gregor Blanco out there. Brandon Belt, Joe Panic, Brandon Crawford, Matt Duffy, Buster Posey. I mean, this is a very good team. You go over the names, you know what these guys can do, and then the bullpen speaks for itself. Sergio Romo, Casilla. What else can I say? I'm just gonna switch through to the Diamondbacks right now to see some of the moves. You know what? When I was selecting the Astros, Mike, I almost picked up the Rays. I'm just gonna switch to them really quick before I go to the D-backs.
That's a good team to pick up too.
Man, look at the Rays. If you look at the Rays,
yeah,
you look at Chris Archer, Alex Cobb, Jake Odorizzi, Drew Smiley, Matt Moore, and Erasmo Ramirez. With this pitching, and then they got Corey Dickerson from Colorado. They got Logan Morrison was with them last year. Who was the additions that I was like, get out of here? They got Bryant. I think they got Geyer. and I think they added Brad Miller from Seattle.
Yeah, yeah. And that Forsyth kid's going to kick. He's going to be good this year.
Yeah, I mean Forsythe did his thing last year. I think he had
Yeah,
over 20 home runs. We know what Longoria can do. We know what Lonely can do. It's just that when they added Corey Dickerson and they added Brad Miller, and it's just baseball pieces. Steve Pierce, that's who I was looking at, came from Baltimore. Very good player. So they're gonna have some pop.
yeah. I
So
went in. I went and grabbed Brad Miller in the fantasy league the other night as
oh,
well.
cool, cool. So like you pick up a team like this and you're able to make a significant trade to maybe add another power bat or another significant bat, you're dangerous. You got primarily Archer and Alex Cobb. Those are two number one type pitchers, and the rest of the lineup, the rest of the pitching rotation is really scary. So someone picks up a team like this. I know they're in the back of everyone's mind when he's speaking baseball, but once mid June hits and the Rays are like fighting for a playoff spot, then everyone will say, "Well, why didn't I take them?" So then you're looking at the D-backs. I wanted to look at them just because they signed Greinke and they got Shelby Miller and got rid of Dansby Swanson, which is everyone was like, "What the hell is going on there? Why would you trade the number one prospect?" But when you think about it, the international league, all these international guys, they can pick up anybody that's the number one in Cuba, in Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic. There's a lot of guys out there that they can get. So
Yeah,
having Shelby Miller added to their rotation, they needed that. You got a legit 1-2. Greinke, Shelby Miller, Corbin, De La Rosa, Ruby Ray. I like this. Goldschmidt. You know what? They added Gene Segura. That was pretty good. I hope that guy does good. Jake Lamb is a stud. Owens, he's good. AJ Pollock is good. Dave Peralta is good. Yasmani Tomas, Wellington Castillo at the helm catching. Another good team to pick up. I just want to highlight one more team. We can get off of this. Who did I really like? Well, we know the Tigers added Justin Upton, which was crazy, and then they got Zimmerman to go into their rotation. I think they're going to be pretty formidable. You know what? I was going to look at the White. I almost stuck with the White Sox, but I'm tired of this left-handed pitching rotation. You got four lefties here. You got Chris Sale, Quintana, you got Rodon,
yeah.
and Danks. That's
I
four
love
lefties.
lefties. I should have taken the Sox.
You should have taken them because look at what they did in terms of bringing over bats. You got Todd Frazier just added over here. Jimmy
Oh
Rollins is over
yeah,
here. Brett Lowry's over here. Austin Jackson is over here. This is a baseball team now. This is a scary team. I like JB Shuck last year. He was good off the bench. Adam Eaton did his thing. Alvicio Garcia, and then
if
adding
LaRoche didn't retire, I would. I would have.
yeah. I think that I think that will really that's really scaring everyone if you were to add LaRoche to this lineup.
Oh yeah.
Deanna Navarro and Alex Avila at catcher. I think Navarro is switch or he might be left. One of them is a switch hitter, so that's perfect. You couldn't ask for anything else. And then those young arms in the bullpen, Patricia, Duke, oh man, these guys can throw some flame, man. It's gonna be interesting if we see someone that actually picks up the White Sox. I want to see what they would do in terms of a trade. And keep talking about trade because I think I just want to jump to that topic next. Even though it's not the final topic, I think we'll probably just end with the trophy awards. But Mike, let's talk about trades, man. In terms of trades, we
It's
went
new
over
to
it
the
last
league. It's
year.
new to the league. We've never done it before.
There you go. In terms of
So,
trades, we've never done that before. Um, we're looking to open it up this year. Everyone wants to, be able to play with sort of their favorite guy or their favorite baseball player. So if you're out there and you're like, oh, I didn't get the team that I wanted, and Mike, I switched the video feed to you just to let you know, you didn't get the team that you wanted, then you can make a trade for that guy. So what are we talking about when it comes to trades? We want to open up trades to everyone, but we don't want to have it to where you're trading the face of a franchise. So for now, the whole breakdown of how trades work will not be done in this video, but I can give you a brief overview. Mike, myself, and Jerry, we're gonna really break it down once the preseason starts. But our general principle is we're gonna franchise tag of 3 to 4 guys on every team, and those guys will be untradeable. So, you go to the Yankees, we're probably going to franchise Chapman. We're going to franchise Tanaka. We're going to franchise Severino. And then, we'll franchise, depending on what the team structure is, we may or may not franchise, 4 guys. It depends on who's really the staple of that team. It may not be 2 batters and 2 pitchers. It may be 3 batters and 1 pitcher on one team, or vice versa. So it's gonna take on the shape on how we vote on it, us three. So it's good that it's 3 guys that run the leagues, because we'll always have a deciding vote, and it will go from there. So you're looking at, say, let's keep going with the Yankees. Big Yankee fan here, of course. You got Severino franchise tagged. You got Tanaka franchise tagged. You got who did I say? Or the closer, Chapman franchise tagged. And then we'll figure out which one of the batters are franchise tagged or beyond that. And then we're gonna allow you to make trades on everyone else. Of course, there's gonna be a limit to how many trades you can make. But if you're someone that's playing with a team that needs pitching, I for damn sure know anyone would like to put in for a trade for Michael Pineda or Ivan Nova or Evaldi, and so on and so forth. So you look at all the teams out there with 3 or 4 guys franchise tagged. There's still going to be a lot of available players, and there's going to be some sexy moves out there. So I'm looking to see how creative you guys are going to be, and I hope you don't try to put out a crazy trade. That the first rule of the trades after we've put together this concept and wrapped it up with a bow. One of the first rule is going to be there's no breaking down. So you're not going to be trading for next year. We're throwing everything in. It's all in for this year. That's your first goal. So if you're not making a trade, if your trade is denied, is because you're not looking to improve your team to win it this year. And we're going to break down what that really means. So you'll have some time to, understand it during the preseason. But, we're going to come up with some more rules other than just that. But that's just the general principle. Like, if you're looking to bring over a bat, or you're looking to bring over a pitcher, you shouldn't be going to bring over a guy that, if you're bringing over a starter, why the hell are you bringing over a starter that can't even beat any of your 1 through 5 starters? You wouldn't even be a 6th starter in your rotation. So stuff like that. And I'm sure all you guys are smart enough to know to make what kind of trades that will improve your team. So it's going to be all open book when it comes to that.
I guess you're going to post on the website all the franchise players, correct?
Yes, we're going to definitely do that. And I'm going to share my screen again on the website just to highlight some pages. But I'm building out some more pages for the website. As you can see here, this is the returning members page. This is the actual club members page. A lot of you guys, the page before it, you just stick to it. But it's more than just this. On this page here is I just show a little ugly mug or show a cool picture that you guys sent me. So if you want to see anyone that's in the league, we're not afraid to put our picture out there. I think my Twins guy, Fee-Fan, asked me, well, why the hell am I throwing my picture out there? So Fee-Fan, if you're on this, man, just throw a picture up there. It's no big deal. Nobody's going to care. So we got Pate Will here. He's got a cute girl and all that showing up there. Hey, Control K, I just want to, when I saw your picture, I was thinking of my boy in Detroit. I say, hey, he looks just like Miguel Cabrera. This is a cool picture. Doesn't he to you? He looks a little bit like Miggy to me. And we got, the other Toronto Blue Jay fan, W Dubs out here.
Returning champion.
Yeah, man. And Lake Plummer, he didn't finish the season. This was his first year on the game. It was pretty tough for him. He played with the Mariners. And I think he's also a Canadian too. So we got Warrensville over here. He did pretty good. Finished the whole season. Played with the Dodgers. Moving on. He's a Cleveland fan because I think he also lives in Cleveland. So I'm happy he got his favorite team. So when you get to this page, don't think this is where it stops. I just highlight about 6 stats or maybe more. 8 stats? So we got 4 on pitching, 4 on hitting, and I'm pulling it directly from our league and what you're doing. So, once you click on your PSN name, it takes you to a full breakdown page of, your team. It shows your starting pitchers that you selected. It shows what you're doing with your batters, hitting, average, home runs, RBIs, and then there's also some league stats in here. So this is the complete league's hitting stats.
Man, there's no other league that provides this kind of data.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's what we're trying to bring. We're trying to bring some of the information off the league. So maybe you're kicking back at work for a little bit. And you want to look through your numbers, or you want to look through what your competitors are doing, and you're trying to scout them. This is a good scouting report. You see what he's doing with his number 1, 2s, and 3 pitchers. You see how well he's hitting throughout his 1 through 9 lineup. So it's some information. It's something outside of the game that you can see while not at home and not on the console. So go right ahead and jump on there. And then, of course, the whole awards area where we're going to be having, the sort of the fantasy league following. And now that I'm working more from home, I'm going to be able to keep this up to date and keep this on track and send out these trophies. This trophy here, myself and Mike have been looking forward to winning this trophy. So this is my goal this year, to really make sure that I get to send out this trophy along with the others. So this is basically just going to be like a fantasy following. If you look here, you can see the categories I have is average, home runs, RBIs, runs, OPS, total bases, and then strikeouts. So I use I'm trying to add a negative stat to sort of hurt people as they are in this race. So you're looking at, you might be 16. You get 16 points if if you have the best average in the league. And this is from 2 years ago. So you got Pack to the ship here. He played with us 2 years ago. So this guy is pretty good. You can tell this is what would help you to rank pretty high for this award or any award. This guy is he got 16 points for average. So that means it was a 16-man league then. So, or actually was it 18-man league then? So I don't know. He wasn't the best. This guy 5'2" was the best in terms of average. He was pretty much number 3 in the league when it came to home runs. He was number 1 for RBIs. So it's like building a balance within your team. And we want guys to pay attention to all of that. I don't want a guy just jumping on here just trying to hit home runs. We want a guy come on here and play baseball, drive in runs, bunt, steal, do the right things, but not too much of one thing. Don't be a glitchy gamer. Be a baseball player. Show us your baseball IQ. So you got, this guy's pretty balanced. He's number 3 in the league in average. He's number 4 in the league in home runs. He's number 1 in RBIs. He's number 3 in runs. He's number 3 in OPS. He's number 3 in total bases, and he's the best in terms of when it comes to strikeouts. So that's what had him in the lead of that trophy award. And then the actual stats, the stat line is down here. So if you wanted to see it, so that guy played with Cincinnati Reds. So you can see here. And then if you were to look down, this is how you will follow the trophy, the whole trophy. I'll do a video segment just for this. So you can see his name here, Cincinnati Reds. He's 16th overall. So you can see his average was 252, and there are 2 teams better than him. And then when it came to home runs, where are the Reds? Here he is, 47, Cincinnati Reds. So he was 4th in home runs. There's 3 guys ahead of him. Where's Cincinnati Reds again? He's number one when it comes to RBIs, 137. And you see he got total. So that's how the point structure works. If you're the worst, you get a 1. If it's 24 guys in the league, if you're the best, you'll get 24 points for that category. And then there's half points if you're tied with someone. So that's how you will have tiebreakers. They won't have to worry about, someone not winning the trophy outright because of the half point situation. So that's the structure, and that's how it will work for all the other trophy awards. It will be a page like this showing the actual stats and then a breakdown of where you stand amongst everyone once we total all your points. What do you think about that? Is that pretty straightforward, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, it's that way. There's no favoritism. No one's voting for someone, their buddy.
Yeah.
It's all in the numbers.
It's all in the numbers, man. And if you guys don't know or didn't look at it really that much, these are all the trophy awards. I'm just going to stop this music here on this page. I may be updating some of these trophies, so let me just switch back to my video feed. So we have the World Series Championship Trophy. We'll have a League Legend Award, and I'll break that down once we get to that streaming video. We'll have a Manager of the Year. We'll have a MVP trophy. We'll have a Cy Young trophy, a Gold Glove trophy, mostly defensive stats. And then I'm going to give out sort of top player trophies for infield players, top trophy for outfield players. So that'll be 3 trophies here. So, and then another 5 trophies for the infield, or 4 trophies for the infield, and then what's this pitcher player award? Let's see. I got to figure out what I did for this one. I believe that one should be, yes, this one is going to be a relief pitcher trophy. So I'm going to have, everyone's pretty much going to be able to get a trophy. When it comes down to it, we're going to have the best third baseman in the American League, the best third baseman in the National League. There's going to be 9 trophy awards, infield and outfield, for the American League, and 9 trophy awards, infield and outfield, together for the National League. And so far, we've selected these trophies. So we're going to be going with this unless they're unavailable at the award site. And they're going to be engraved. So just look out for that. And it's going to have your PSN name with some stats. So it'll be cool. And that's the basic of this whole little chat, little powwow on what the league's about, why we're here, why we play, what to look forward to. And, going forward, we want to have more of these conversations, bring some of you guys on, get from behind that game controller, show your face like we do, and, build some camaraderie, because I think I want to build a respect amongst everyone that plays in the league. So, a lot of the times in the leagues like this that's run, I get all the calls. So a guy will say, hey, this guy took a base from me, and this guy took a. Once you guys, and Mike and myself can agree to this, once guys get together and they play in the league for over 2-3 years, they police themselves, because they have that respect. Like I can play Mike, and I might take a base that he felt like, hey, that's a little borderline there. He'll hit me up on the text and he'll say, well, how did that look to you? We hash it out amongst each other. I don't want to have to take 10 million calls, right, Mike?
Exactly.
So I want you guys to police yourself in a respectful manner. And I think this sort of helps you guys to do that, once you get here and you see, there's an actual person behind here. It's not just an idiot or a game room clown that's just jumping on and looking to mistreat you or some way. We're all here, for the same thing. We want a solid league. We want to be able to come back maybe 2-3 days later and know the league still exists and jump on and play the game. Right, Mike?
That's right, man. That's right.
Yeah, man.
Can't wait. 2 days, game comes out.
2 days, the day game comes out. So the rule is, like last year, man, we're going to run 2 preseasons, and we're gonna mix and match guys in both of the leagues, and we're just gonna get familiarized with the game. Myself, Mike, and Jerry will be customizing some of the sliders, because of course the show doesn't perfect the game the way we want it. So we'll have to customize a few things.
Yeah,
And
exactly. That's why for the new guys, that's why we play a preseason. You know,
right,
we see who plays games, who can
right,
communicate,
right.
and basically we're trying to set the sliders perfect. So it takes about a month to do all that, but once the season starts, it's a blast, man.
Yeah, and don't forget MLB The Show has to put out a patch. So we like to catch it right
Right.
after they put out their patch because there's always a glitch here and there, something broken with the game, and they'll patch it within a month. And that's why we run the preseason for so long. But I know a lot of you guys will come in there hot and heavy and anxious, ready to play. But just so you know, that's why we run the preseason for about 3 to 4 weeks. They have to patch the game. Nothing comes out absolutely perfect. We have to set sliders so hitting and pitching are pretty much balanced, and then we go ahead and play, man.
Exactly.
So for those who joined in, if you let me just read the chat screen to see if there is a question on here. But it looks like so Pate Will says PCI strike zone box. So strike zone, we always play with it off. I'm gonna look forward to you guys recording more games again. You did a pretty damn good job last year, in terms of recording games. So we play with strike zone off. We play with box on because we want to catch guys that are quick pitching. So that's some of the rules. I'm gonna set up another video which precedes the season. Before the season starts, I'm gonna break down all the fundamental rules that guys should not be breaking. So quick pitching is one, and that's usually something that I always end up saying like 10 times in the season. So what happens is, when the game gets heated, when someone's got bases loaded and they're pitching, they sort of, select the pitcher, just keep firing him in there because they're a bit nervous. And so a lot of the times they don't know they're doing it, and we have to slow them down. So that's why box is on for one, and two, we beat it over your head, not to quick pitch, not to quick pitch. Let your pitcher come to a full stop. So every pitcher has a little not the wind up. Before they get to the wind up, they go into their full stop motion, and you have to wait till that pitcher stops, then get your pitch out. I don't want to see the guy selecting the pitch, and before he comes to a full stop, you just throw the pitch right down the chute. So that's what we mean, no quick pitching. And then PCI, MLB The Show changed the whole stuff with that PCI. So we're gonna get back to you on that, Pate Will. I'm not sure what they're going to do this year. They took the PCI out last year. It sort of was something that you saw as a readout after this pitch or after you swung. So as long as you're not playing with their new hitting style, what was that, Mike? What's the new hitting style? That crap?
Directional hitting?
Directional hitting. If you come in here playing directional hitting, we'll throw you out faster than you got in here.
Well, hopefully the league will allow us to create the settings and make it standard for everybody.
Yeah, I just hope that.
I mean, it's just an honest thing, Just try not to cheat.
Yeah, do not come in there cheating. Directional hitting is just no hand-eye coordination. It's just you just swing and then the bat goes where the ball is
It's all
pitched.
timing.
So it's just timing. So we're not allowing that. We want you to work for it here. Jamie Donna. So Control KO was saying the website's great. I mean the PCI, the yellow outline. Oh, the yellow outline. We always turn that off. We like the no strike zone aspect of the game when you use zone hitting. We don't allow. Oh yeah, that's right. We do allow zone hitting. So the yellow outline. You know what? That's what strike zones off and
what yellow outline are you talking about?
the box. I believe Pate Will is asking that yellow box that you see when you're hitting. The outline of the strike zone. I think we always had that as off.
That's always off.
I'll
think
get back to you.
It comes on automatically.
Yeah.
After the pitch is pitched.
Yeah.
That way it shows you, or I don't know. You may have to hit the.
It does come on if you have it off. If you have it set to off, you can pull it up by hitting the L2, I believe, after the pitch.
Right.
But we usually don't play with it on. You know what? It's getting to be tricky because Oh, he's talking about that. It's a rectal. Is the no? Is the oh? I said rectal. Is is the wedge or the blackout? You remember? It's the PCI. So it's the readout of where. Yeah, we're not gonna have that on because guys are starting to become a little cheesy with that. It's
Oh, you
that
mean
little
like after the?
readout of where your bat is in the strike zone.
Oh, in years past, I think they took that feature away last year. But in years past, I mean, you could be pitching and actually see where the guy's PCI was after he.
Yeah,
They
before
took that away last year, which
they
I
took
actually
it.
like. I like that a lot better because it'll help the lesser hitters because
Right.
otherwise better players will say, "Oh, I just got to keep throwing it here," and he's
Right.
swinging low
No,
when
I
I'm pitching
wanted,
high.
yeah, I did. And you know what? In real life, W Dubs, thanks for clearing that up. W Dubs explained it, and Pate Will, I get what you're saying. To me, on that rectile thing, is you don't see that in live baseball. So that's what the trick is. And when it comes down to when we debate it, we'll have me, Jerry, and Mike here debate it, and we're halfway a little bit leaning to let it in. But Jerry always reminds me a lot that you don't see that in live baseball. So we want to keep that live baseball aspect. We want to take the gamer aspect out of it. And if you're looking at that rectile or you're looking at that the little wedge to a place where the ball is coming, you're gonna become it's gonna push you more into that gamer flow. And we want you to just enjoy the game, sit back and see it like they would have seen it in real life, and not just become a super gamer. If you
Yeah,
can do it, without the rectile and the wedge, you should definitely get more kudos to your game and step up to the challenge. I think I'll say to everyone on that because yeah, I didn't like that being on. I think guys hit really it gives a little edge for guys to hit a little bit better when that's on. So we want you to hit with your plain eyes. Go ahead and swing away. Baseball players don't get that, so we're not gonna give ourselves that. This is for elite players. The league is for players that are a little bit better than the average, and we don't want you to find things to help yourself. We want you to all play on the same playing field and compete straight up. Um, I'll just go through some of the other chatter. Oh, the website's great. Thanks, Controlled. I'm going to be adding some more action to the website over the preseason, so look out for that. I'll send out a message. And now that I actually have time to do it, I'll actually be doing it. I know last year I premiered some stuff was coming for the website, but wasn't able to get to it. But this year I'll be able to get to a lot of the stuff. W Dub says, may I suggest that each team can submit their list of 3 or 4 players that they would like to franchise. You can either accept or make revisions as you see fit if they are unreasonable. So you know what,
anybody
Dubby?
higher than 85.
You know what, Dubby? That is actually not a bad suggestion. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm actually gonna do. Here's my idea to that, Mike. I say we're gonna do what we normally do, which we set out to do. We're gonna come out and create the list. We're not gonna release the list to you guys. We're gonna also have you guys create a list, and then as the players match up, they're gonna automatically set. So like if we have um, if we have Bautista on our list and you have Bautista, then he's automatically franchise tagged. And then we'll debate if we have a guy that's not on your list and you have a guy that's not on our list. So we'll debate on it and we'll let how that goes. And then if it makes sense, we'll go with the guy you chose. And then most of the times we'll probably go with the guy we chose, but we'll leave some room out there to go with the guys that you guys choose. All right.
Yeah,
So
yeah, we
that's
want
a
to
good
keep the
suggestion.
teams authentic.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely want to keep the face and the name of the team. Those guys that are staples to those cities, we want to keep them on there. So before that, W Dub said he's got Stroman. Oh no! Oh, he's already proposing a trade to control KO. Okay, so you guys are gonna have fun with that this year. Okay. Last
Well,
interested.
we're going to put a max on the number of trades per
Yeah,
season, right?
yeah, we are. We're gonna. It's looking like 2 trades. We're gonna talk about it to see if we push it to 3. So that's the mustard, the chitter chatter. I think a lot of the guys are gonna catch it after the stream's over. Thanks everybody for joining. Looking forward to playing with you guys in MLB The Show. I'm looking forward to a long 82 game season. It's gonna be pretty good. I've completed about how many of those, 4 or 5, and I'm gonna tell you, you get to about 40, 50 games, and no matter where you are, because I've had seasons where I was just on the cups. I was probably cusp. I was probably like 10 games on the 500 one time in a bad season. And a lot of the times I was about 10 games over 500. And, it's like that second half is exciting as shit because you can drop all the way out or you can push through and win a division, or you can just end up midway. And it's exciting because like once it gets to that second half, it's just like balls to the wall. Like people feel like like, oh, I made some mistakes, but now I can make up for it. So if you're that guy that's 10 games on the 500, I've seen guys just turn it on and they will win 15 or 19 out of 25 games, and you're like, they get lights out and they clinch that last playoff spot. So you get to cruise a bit early in the season, and then you get to have some fun making some trades midway, 35, 40 games in. And then you better turn it on, man, if you want to make it to the playoffs. And not even that. We got the trophies, man. You want to get one of that hardware? You want to bring home some hardware? There's more to play for, man. Mike, any closing comments?
No, I mean, most of the guys are returning. All the new guys, man, it's great. Just have fun with it. It's better than any public league you'll ever join. It will complete, and it's run by a professional. And you can tell by his website that King is the best, man.
Yeah, thanks, Mike.
That's why I'm a part of this league. There's other leagues out there. This is the one I want to be in right here.
Here we go, man. Hey, fellas, I want to say thanks for joining in. W Dubs, Pate, Will, Control KO, just some of the guys that put a comment on there. Some more guys on the chat. It tells me I got 6 viewers. So I want to say thanks for joining in. And peace out. We'll catch you on the next live stream. We're going to hopefully have Jerry on here. And look out, man. I'm going to call up some of you guys to join in and tell me how your season's going. Tell me what moves you're going to have. Maybe we're going to catch you right around trading deadline and breaking news on a trade or something. Or tell me if you're close to winning one of the hardware trophy and who's chasing you. Talk some smack if you want to. So, we're going to make it exciting. Looking forward to have you guys in the league, man. Thanks for joining the chat. Peace out. Mike, peace out.
Peace out.
All right, fellas. Catch you on the flip.